Got Sir Groot's Tomb Kings versus Persian Warriors Wood Elves. In Warhammer 2, this used to be a really bad matchup for the Wood Elves. In Game 3, I'm not so sure. Wood Elves haven't been nearly as strong in Game 3 as they were in Game 2, but also they've gotten buffs in decent areas to clear out the Tomb King's front line that they used to not be able to do, like War Dancers, though I will say this build didn't bring any. For the Wood Elves, you have 5 Dryads, 4 Eternal Guard, 2 Glade Riders with spears on each flank, so 4 total. We have a Branch Wraith with Pendulum and Earthblood, and Sisters of Twilight up on their Dragon Mount. So with the Dragon Breath attacks and the Pendulum, that's how we're going to hope to clear out the enemy infantry. For the Tomb Kings, we have 4 Carrion. Ooh, actually for the Wood Elves, we also have 4 Glade Riders with bows in the back. Okay, anyway. For the Tomb Kings, 4 Carrion, Cetra up on his Kitty Cat, a front line of Skeleton Spearmen and Warriors, a back line of Tomb Guard, Nedkar Horsemen, 1 Screaming Skull Catapult, and the Chosen Gods Ushabti Greatbow Regiment of Renown. 1 Dryad is already routed by those Ushabti Greatbows, and Carrion will follow them off. Other Carrion are trying to follow the Sisters of Twilight around, though that scatter shot from them will kill the Carrion, and I'm a little worried that even fighting a dragon in the first place is just not a good idea. Pendulum goes down the line and does really, really nice damage. It looks like it was overcast, but still, good stuff, clearing out some infantry. That spell had received some buffs after its nerfing into the ground, so I wonder if it is a little more worth it now. Glade Riders with Spears fighting Nehekara Horsemen and Carrion, not having a good time, and Cetra will tear out them off swiftly as other Glade Riders come in. But all 4 of these Glade Riders are now entering the field, firing at the Screaming Skull Catapult. It will not be on this earth very long. Even Skirmish Cavalry have enough range DPS to take out catapults very quickly. Elsewhere, the Tomb Kings are doing well, though. The front line's going in their favor. The Cav fights are also going in their favor with Cetra's support, so the Wood Elves will have to do something to turn this around, and soon. Skeleton Warriors getting mulched a bit by Dryads, and the Sisters of Twilight are just going to land in the Chosen of the Gods. Not super worried about anything around here. The only mobile elements are Carrion, and I mean, they can just ignore that. So without Cetra nearby, they'll be fine. The Skirmish Cav are trying to get away from the Nehekara Horsemen on the flanks, and the Scream Skull Catapults are still very much alive. I'm surprised that these archers haven't been doing more damage to them. Weird. Nehekara Horsemen catch one of the Glade Riders napping a little bit, getting good damage there, and the Sisters of Twilight are still chasing down the Chosen of the Gods, while Cetra comes barreling down the hill to help out a little bit. The Wood Elves have an awful lot of infantry off on this flank fighting 1 Skeleton Spearman, so they will need to remedy that. They need to get more stuff on the insides here. Another big blockage on this side as well. So the Tomb King's losing some of their disparate Skeleton Spearmen, not that they seem to mind too much. Ushabti Summon is out from the Tomb King's army ability. I bet they're going to try and run in and trap the Sisters of Twilight next to Cetra. They do get moving now. They block up that big dragon. The dragons have pretty insane mass, and not all of the Ushabti are in front of the Sisters anymore. So Sisters are going to try and get out of here. Cetra uses this quick little explosion thingy to get rid of some Dryads. The Scream Skull Catapults are still online despite all odds. Okay. That Nehekara Horseman in the back is in a 3v1 that he cannot win. Meanwhile, Carrion chases off one of the Glade Riders that they did manage to rout. And the Dryads in the center are mostly peeled off. Chosen of the Gods and the Catapult are still online and still firing. Wood Elves winning both flanks as they try and creep in here a bit. From the backfield do come the Glade Riders, get charged by Nehekara Horsemen, and the Chosen of the Gods might want to fire at them on the way out, but actually Musirion's Incantation of Vengeance will do some decent damage to those guys. But Chosen of the Gods are real good at shooting down cavalry, so I would be surprised if they turned their attentions that direction. Sisters are back on the ground, which means Cetra is going to charge back in here, get some good damage down, hopefully for him, though his Kitty Cat mount is a terrible duelist. He will be doing his best. Carrion will be blocking those guys in from behind. Ushabti Summon will fade away soon, but for now it's getting decent damage out onto a Dryad, and Earthblood heals up the Sisters of Twilight plus their Dryad compatriots. And more Eternal Guard is streaming in, which will be annoying for the Ushabti Greatbows. Another Glade Rider is routing. Carrion walked off another one, and the Tomb Kings are up on the balance of power. Sisters of Twilight, did they bring their self-heal? They did not. They did not bring their self-heal. Interesting. Scream Skull Catapult is finally down and out for the count as the Glade Riders get a good charge onto it. Other Glade Riders are going to try and catch the Chosen of the Gods, and Eternal Guard are chasing them down from behind, and a dragon is on their head. This is going to be a big loss for the Tomb Kings. It looks like Cetra wants nothing to do with it. He is instead going to cycle charge through some infantry. Now, for the Tomb Kings, losing 2 of their very precious ranged units and the Ushabti summon fading away, all of a sudden the battlefield's looking less good for them. The balance of power still looks solid, but I'm a little concerned about their actual state of the game. We have a wounded Nehekara horseman, a bunch of wounded skeleton spearmen, and 2 healthy carrion. And then Tomb Guard. So Tomb Guard and carrion, etc. Because that Nehekara horseman's not really going to carry. On the other side of the Wood Elves, we have a healthy Branch Wraith, a ton of Eternal Guard, who are quite healthy at this point. Sisters of Twilight at half HP, and then some wounded Skirmish Cav. I think this Sisters of Twilight just friendly fired their own Eternal Guard, though it's hard to tell. And man, Cetra is such a bad melee combatant on his kitty cat. He's gotten decent damage from fighting the Sisters of Twilight all game, but he's terrible at hitting infantry. Alright. Skeleton Warriors and Tomb Guard working together to get rid of the Dryads. Other Tomb Guard are returning to the fight while getting briefly shot by Glade Riders. Cetra comes barreling in. Hits a couple Dryads. Kind of peters out. Calls it a day. Bounce power shifting back towards the middle as the Sisters are actually trying to take a fight with Cetra, which is surprising. I don't know why they don't want to fight the Carrion up in the sky. There's no support for the Tomb Kings up there, so you could kill them for free, and then if they try to land, then whatever, we don't care. So, we'll see what they do. Meanwhile, Glade Riders trying to sweep up other units, mostly focusing on these Skeleton Warriors. It looks like they're leaving the Tomb Guard alone. Tomb Guard might be just a bit too tanky for them. And yes, Sisters of Twilight are going to try and land on Cetra. The Imperishable pops the 40% physical resistance of the Narrow's Incantation Protection, and the Sisters decide to just get back up into the air instead of fighting him. Nehekara horsemen sweep in to take out the Dryads, and honestly, these Glade Riders want to be careful about not getting too close, or they'll rout yet again from fighting with Cetra. Cetra is not simply someone you just battle. Sisters are once again attempting this time with Eternal Guard support that is a little more credible, but a mass exodus from the Wood Elves, Dryads, and Glade Riders leaving, and these other Glade Riders are charging back in, but I think in very short order they will also be pushed off. Earthblood does some damage, does some damage, mitigates some damage, but they are getting hit with the Curse from Cetra, his AoE damage proc that will get rid of the Eternal Guard, get rid of the Dryads, get rid of some Glade Riders. The Wood Elves once again leaving the fight. Sisters of Twilight taking a lot of damage. They can heal up with Earthbloods from the Branch Wraith if they have time. The Tomb Kings pulling some Skeleton Warriors in. They still have 2 Tomb Guard on the flanks, killing off different Eternal Guard units. And I don't think these Glade Riders will be staying long, as Cetra is a big spooky monster they just charged into, and yeah, they in fact do shatter, and then their friends even rout as well. Another Earthblood trying to heal up. The Sisters of Twilight, Branch Wraith still standing strong at nearly full HP, and Cetra's just going to leave this little fight, instead opting to charge into Dryads and try and get rid of them. I think he wants to get to a late game. Ow! That did damage to those poor Carrion. Anyway, I think he wants to get to a late game situation where he and some Tomb Guard are sitting here fighting all of these people rather than having to 1v1 them, since his stats and his model are bad at dueling. Routes off the Eternal Guard. Glade Riders would probably, rout of their own volition when they get nearby. And Cetra is continuing to cycle charge around. Gets good damage on the impact there with the Eternal Guard. Wood Elves go for a quick little breath attack onto Cetra. Actually hits him a decent amount despite the fact that he was moving. And they land on him another time. Carrion trying to help out. And Earthblood goes way wide from the Branch Wraiths. And Cetra seems to be stuck in place. He now has orders to fight the Sisters of Twilight, but he's just not turning or getting anything done. Now he starts to turn and fight. Meanwhile, these Tomb Guard are going to hold the Branch Wraith at bay, so it is the Sisters of Twilight versus just Cetra and the Carrion, which is a decent situation for Cetra, but he is so low compared to the Sisters. He might even start crumbling soon. Lucerian's Incantation of Vengeance is cast onto these Glade Riders to get rid of them. Cetra is getting danger low. And he did bring the Tomb King's Army passive, it just wasn't healing him, which was a little strange, but not that it would have saved his life. It would have been minuscule healing at best. Another Earthblood for Sisters of Twilight, and the Branch Wraiths get them up, and away. The Tomb Guard and Skeleton Warriors will not be enough to carry this game at this point. Balance of power is danger low for the Tomb Kings, and I do agree. The Wood Elves end up taking it. Oh, it wasn't Harvest Warrior, it was Persian Warrior. Maybe I said that. Maybe I was just thinking the other thing. Don't know. Cetra, 2,500-ish value. Ushabti Great Bows got shut down. Tomb Guard did okay. Catapult also got shut down without doing too much damage value. Nekar Horsemen did alright. Oh, Carrion. They did fine. I don't believe in that unit, but they did fine. Skeleton Ward and Skeleton Spearmen did okay. 3,900 on the Sisters of Twilight. Branch Wraith did alright. Glade Riders with their bows did fine. Dryads did fine. Glade Riders regular struggled a bit to get their value out, and then the Eternal Guard did well. So, GG.
Roar! Subscribe, yes, yes.